Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome on in to episode 59 of Power Rangers CyberStrike. I'm, of course, Switch the Person. And in but a moment, I will be unmuting and introducing you all to our cast of the Power Rangers CyberStrike campaign. We'll do a quick recap and then move on in to the very end of this current arc. So, without further ado, hello, everyone. We are live.
Hey.
Hello.
So, ladies and gentlemen, introducing our cast, starting, of course, with our Red Ranger playing the role of CyberStrike Red, Marika Hammond. We have Chocolate Zombie.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I consider that a win.
Playing the role of CyberStrike Blue Nova, we have Luna 13.
That I still can't believe this is happening.
Playing the role of CyberStrike Yellow Arrow, we have Cryptic Cyanogen.
I can't believe it's not Space Butter.
Playing the role of CyberStrike Green, we have the internet's Mr. Hardluck.
Don't suppose you have any other little surprises waiting for us?
Playing the role of CyberStrike Phantom Black Dwayne Caroso, we have Rosso06.
Resident Catman, and yeah, things are definitely going to be said this session.
Rounding out the team, we have playing the role of the Proto Ranger. Proto Ranger Orchid. We have Dynamo Tom. And as I said, I am Twitch the Person. I am the Game Master, Grid Master, Dungeon Master, whatever you wish to call me for this campaign that I have dreamt up. So, on the last session / episode of Power Rangers CyberStrike, everything on planet Kelvis came to a head. The timely arrival of Prince Dex of Edenoi to back up the fighters on the planet's surface, aiding the second strike force inside of Kelvis base, seemingly taking out one of the generals of the Machine Empire, and then subsequently leading to the victory of the CyberStrike Rangers with the help of what appears to be a brand new auxiliary Zord titled the CyberStrike Flashman. The Rangers, having defeated the giant monstrous form of Trek, the Green Psycho Ranger, which seemingly became manifested from his rage and frustration at the previous battle, the Rangers are now settled in a few hours after the dust has settled, as ships are leaving the planet's surface and then reappearing, as it seems a cleanup operation is now in effect, as the weary and injured of Kelvis base, those that have been here, have been on this planet for the length of time, are being shipped off and up to the capital ships that are orbiting the planet currently. There are no Dark Spectre forces in the near vicinity. It was a full retreat. We find the Rangers now in the hangar bay of Kelvis base, with the door still open. The CyberStrike Megazord in all its glory, standing tall, proud. And alongside it, the Flashman Zord, also standing next to it. As workers and soldiers mill about, getting things cleaned up, ready, medical supplies being transported and everything. You haven't been given any orders or anything like that. This is literally kind of like, as I said, the dust settling after a large storm. Switch us to this. That. So you are all in your demorphed forms. You are just processing everything that's happened on this mission alone.
Clarification, real quick, from my part, for what I'd say. Do we see the mechs just standing there still?
Yes.
Nova has not taken his eyes off the Flashman the entire time. Like, he is basically in a trance.
Marika just kind of pats him on the back. Well,
Yeah.
let's say your secret unfinished project was finished.
As as much as I'm overjoyed about this, this is it's a bit much.
Do we see Deluna's uncle anywhere?
You haven't seen him nearby. In fact, you haven't seen any of the high-ranking officials yet. You know, Commander Kruger made planet fall a few hours ago, and you know that some of the other Smilodian admirals, Smilodian officers are with him. One person that you have all seen is Dwayne's youngest sister, Lyra, who seems to have come along with the Smilodian satellite cruise. He's been running about. You've also seen High Hunter Antia helping coordinate cleanup and relief effort here at Kelvis base.
Well, until we get any more orders, I suppose maybe we should go pay your uncle a visit. Sure, he has a lot of answers to your questions.
I would hope so, Cap. I would fucking hope so.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Is like outside of helping, if there's any extra help that needs being done around the base, it's probably a good time for us to just go find Deluna's uncle and just kind of like get the hey, what the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try and find him, you're all more than welcome to. My question is that are you all together, or
Is it just me and Marika? Like, where is everyone else?
I know at the very least Marika is wanting to help out Nova, so I don't know what the rest of the team is doing.
Well, what else is there to do?
Ah,
well, if you wish to go and see like that, you can certainly try and find Nova's uncle.
Orchid is gonna be at the location. If there's no orders given, Orchid is gonna be at the location where the Psycho Rangers was, processing that and trying to scan for anything relevant because they all just left.
So the area where all of you are hanging out currently. The outer, so like where you see this like lip here, this is basically where you fought the Psycho Rangers.
So I'm processing that area essentially. If left to my own devices, that's Orchid's current cope.
Are you processing in just the contemplation sense, or are you legitimately scanning for stuff?
Both. I'm trying to mentally process by actually scanning the area for any clue, any hint, any trace. Things I thought long dead have come back, and, you know, that's my next lead.
Yeah,
Without
sure.
any outside, like, any outside interference. That's what Orchid is just, if left to own devices, is doing.
Yeah, sure.
I don't need to roll or anything unless you'd like me to.
I mean, you can roll grid sensitivity if you would like.
Sure, let's see how well it goes. And his sole focus.
Okay. So, Orchid, as you stand a little off to the side, and there's soldiers and technicians and stuff walking about, like that. You are constantly scanning the immediate area around. You've been doing it for the last couple of hours. It's almost like you've been doing it on like loop. But the only things you're able to find are the same readings you took when the Psycho Rangers first appeared. It's definitely grid energy, but it is toxic, almost poison.
Then yeah, I'll just be continuing to process that. Smile.
No, if that's as that's happening, then before any of you get a chance to make your way to look for any of the high-ranking officers, High Hunter, Kantia, and Lyra make their way over towards you. And Kantia kind of takes off, his gloves. He had like his gauntlets, places them on like a crate next to you, and then kind of just lets out like a sigh. We're used to these kind of temperatures. Oh,
This is what you get when you go off world.
so new toy? He kind of like he's looking at the the Flash Man standing next to the CyberStrike Megazord.
I mean, it turns into a big gun. What'd you expect?
The more I learn about this Ranger stuff, the more outlandish it seems, but when you see it with your own eyes... What do you think, kid? And he kind of like motions over to Lyra, who at the moment is like staring up at both of the Megazords in awe. Kind of like in a trance, almost.
Dwayne's just going to snap his fingers like in front of her face.
Yes, truly, really impressive. I'd love to talk more about it, but I wasn't expecting to be here on the satellite crew and like that, and the logistics of actually setting up this sky trench barrier thing is was all wrong anyway, and then the science of it all, and everything like that, and then Lyra's going off on like she's doing that thing where she goes off.
Did you at least sort it out?
Oh, well, yes, it'll take some time to set up properly and across thing, but 3 key points have been taken and solidified. You here on planet Kelvis, and the other 2 locations. And with a synchronized line of the satellites, we will be able to create not one long individual field that your scientists thought was capable, but enough of a blockade, a shield blockade, to stop any advances happening. Especially now with the full combined force of Planets Melodia and the Alliance, and our shield technology, of course. Yes. Have you,
I'll just give her a hug.
She kind of like, she smiles. And, what's wrong with, Orchid? He hasn't said anything since...
We had a confrontation, let's just say, not with all of us, but with, let's just say that she wasn't the only one that was part of her project, let's just say.
There are more like Orchid?
Surprisingly,
4
yes.
more to be specific,
Yes.
but yeah, that's a problem that we need more to discuss with Kruger.
Yeah.
Oh, but they would be family, right? At this
Family,
point,
yes, but on the bad side.
At this point, Khan puts his hand on Lyra's stomach and goes again. Alright, Squirt, I think you need to go help out. Alright, Squirt, I think you need to go and help out some of the other technicians. And she goes, oh, yes, of course. I'll see you later, Dwayne. And then she runs off.
Dwayne just waves.
Yeah, and then Khan kind of looks over and says, I read the reports on that green thing. No, apparently there's 5 more.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but it felt like each of them they just looked the way that blue one looked at me. It looked like it just wanted to kill me.
That red one plays with fire too. He was able to absorb my attack. I have a feeling they're built to be our opposites.
Well, it's a good thing that I've got my leap then, because I certainly wouldn't want to go up against my opposite. So, yes, there's certain things I want to say to Daxian, but I'm just trying to find the right way to frame it.
Where is the old man anyway? Haven't seen him around either.
He's probably off doing Daxian things. He's probably with Kruger and the rest of the command. He probably shouldn't make our way over there, but DeLuna probably also wants to check with his uncle. Who knows? They could be all in the same place.
Nova. You keep saying DeLuna. I'm like,
It is funny.
Have we seen DeLuna's uncle yet?
You haven't seen Maxis, no. You were all about to walk off just as Lyra and Khan came up to you.
I thought only Nova had an uncle named Maxis.
Khan kind of like, he picks up his gauntlets and says, well, I'm gonna go find something to eat to warm up. Not used to this off-world stuff yet, but it was a good hunt. Looking forward to more. He kind of walks as he walks past, like that. He kind of gives you like just puts a hand on your shoulder. walks past, and as a guy, like, he sees a guy struggling with a crate, and then he just kind of lifts the crate up as he's walking past, and the guy goes, "Oh," and then follows him. If that's the case, then
How is the Gamma?
The Gamma is currently docked inside the hangar bay where you are.
Is it still on lockdown, or have we like?
Oh, it's not unlocked. No, it's unlocked now. It's not
Okay.
on lockdown at all. It is very much in its singular form, as it is.
Mm-hmm.
If that is all, you may now all try to go and look for Maxis if you wish. Orchid, do you follow? Or does anyone attempt to
Nope.
call Orchid?
Nova would actually go over to her. There. Orchid.
No response. Just the sound of whirring of thinking.
Dumb question, I know, but are you all right?
All right. What is all right?
Kind of steps past you, keeps on like scanning the area.
You know what? That's a fair point. I'm trying to figure out what I could say that would actually make you feel okay at the situation, but
Okay. There is no way I can feel okay with what I have just discovered. What I have just found, what has just been thrown against us. How can I be okay with it? How can it be all right?
by knowing they're not you.
No,
It's like
they are me. They are my family. They were the ones built with me.
I thought we were your family.
I turn to stare at you.
You claimed to be my family, yet now you are saying the ones I was created with need less than you? Not just because you exist, their value is gone. I thought I lost them, and now here they are. And you're saying it's alright, it's okay, you're here, you're family. That does not compute with what I understand what family is.
You just see her like visibly shaking.
It's at this point, voice just comes out like that. And your confusion is well valid, Orchid. Prince Dex is walking towards you.
Am I doing both sides of this conversation?
No, I'm playing the role of Prince Dex here.
you said Prince Dex, not Professor Dex.
No, not Professor Dex here. No, Prince Dex.
All right, time to improv the shit out of this. Tom, go.
No. No, for the purpose, I'm playing the role of Prince Dex. So.
Rika would just kind of look at the prince. Oh, you're a long way from home.
Been a while since we've seen you.
Indeed, friend. It has been a while. I only apologize that I could not get here sooner.
Any help at this point is appreciated. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Please, friends, call me Dex. Not much of a royal family without We're not much of a royal family without our planet. My father is still missing. But
Have you made any progress with that?
few leads, but my mission is not what's important here. What's important is Orchid and my uncle.
Orchid's wandered off back to scanning. This has no relevance to them. They do not care if that is what they are being faced with.
Dex he's wandering over to you, Orchid, like that. Said, you've been scanning the same area for a few hours now. Tell me, what do you wish to find?
I need to find some trace, some clue that I missed before. That will give me direction. That will give me some insight of where to go, because if they are still out there, I need to find them. Bexia was right. If this is what they have become, I will solve this.
I don't think you going off alone is going to be the solution.
I don't
to
care what
this.
you think. Yeah, you do. It's the thing the Lone Ranger does. So, I will take a page from your book. I will just go and do this, right? There makes us do things that we would not normally do, right? That's like the Sultan's reasoning. You do get to come here and speak like you're now a voice of reason. Where you are exploring buildings with potential victims in them. We present people. Nurse and neighbors have started for our benefit.
I'm sorry, Tom, it's a bit hard to understand your...
The filter and
Yeah.
and
You know,
her
It's
emotional
kind of
connection.
coming out. It's coming a little bit garbled, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's like-
perfect for the emotion in the situation.
Yeah. It's also a bit like auto-tuney as well.
You know, that's perfect for the situation. Essentially, I'm stating the shit that you've said is okay, that is fly. Now I'm doing something, you're saying no, like you are taking a morally higher ground, when up until this point, everything Orchid has been shown is not Ranger-like at all, unless someone has intervened.
So basically, he's saying we're all hypocrites.
Yes, you are. Especially Dwayne, who just spoke out, you know, the one who started off as Mr. Explosions with boom apples.
I was going to say it's more likely that they're going to be coming to us more than anything.
So now, I should just wait. That is what you're saying now. I should just wait.
Believe.
Then
Okay.
is there a problem with me here staying? If I am just to wait?
I believe what your friends are saying, Orchid, is that running off without more preparation and knowledge would not be in your best interest currently.
Or the support of your team.
This is a situation that, well, quite frankly, if I'm understand my uncle's work, shouldn't be a scenario that is happening. But then again, I've learned that not everything makes sense.
I mean, our world technically doesn't exist, so what does that say?
Dex kind of cocked his head at you. Like,
By that
universe,
reason, we
universe,
should
not
do
world. I
nothing.
guess.
what did you say, Tom?
By that reasoning, then, we should all just do nothing. All of these
I'm
words,
saying do
all of your
nothing.
reasoning, do not make sense. If you are meant to be rangers, time and time again, we're faced with the thing that we should do from what I was clouded with what was right, from what the grid told me. Every action so far has not been like what a ranger should be.
You're right. You're absolutely right. None of our actions have been what the code of rangers or whatever you have in you says we should be. But look around us. Are we in that situation where we should be doing what
A ranger should be a ranger no matter what the situation is.
we're at war,
They're a
Orchid?
bastion of help. There is not an excuse.
I wish that I could agree with you on this, but I can't. I tried just as hard as you did to fill up to what I knew to be Rangers. I had the Astro Rangers to look up, my friends, who are all missing. I wish I could find them, but apparently something's telling, or something is saying that I can't. I can't ask them what I would or what they would do. I'm doing things by myself. I only have you and everyone else on this team to help me out. I'm flying at the seat of my pants. I don't know what's going on half the time, but I'm still gonna fight. I'm still gonna do what I feel is right at that moment, even if it's not right morally. I feel like I speak for everyone else here when I say that we agree with you. We really do. But unfortunately, it's not letting us live out the expectations that we're supposed to have.
So are you telling me it is okay to do something that is not morally right if it helps justify it?
I wish I wasn't. But unfortunately, that's where we are.
We're gonna have to ask you to do something a little bit outside of your gearbox, outside what's programmed. Sometimes it's not about what's morally right, but what if it's what feels right? What feels right to you?
What feels right? You do not want to know what feels right in this moment.
Actually, Orchid, I think you should tell your teammate.
You do not deserve to be rangers. If you are willing to bend, if you are willing to break, you do not deserve the blessing, the power that was given to you.
I'm assuming me and Noah just look at each other, or Noah and Arrow just look at each other.
I've been hearing that.
Marika has been quiet this entire time. She's heard what Orchid has to say, and in a way, she knows she's right. As the career soldier, she of all people has no right to speak to Orchid considering the current conversation that is going on. But the moment that Orchid says, none of us deserve to be Rangers, Marika will just say, no, you're right. None of us deserve to be Rangers. Nova, Arrow, they were never going to be Rangers in the first place. The only one on this team that has earned the right to be Rangers. Actually, none of us have earned the right to be Rangers. I was only given my morpher because I fit the program. Me, the career soldier, of all people, Orchid, I'm the one that should not be talking right now because I am the ultimate hypocrite.
Do not talk about your actions. I do not talk about your station. I talk about your actions with having the power. It doesn't matter where you come from. You were given this power. You were given this task. And don't be conscious the choices you have made with it. That is why it does not seem you are worthy to have this.
Maybe I'm not worthy. Maybe any of us aren't worthy. But of everything I know about what the Power Rangers are, if we weren't worthy to hold these powers, we wouldn't have them. They would be taken away from us by Zordon knows what. And especially if Commander Kruger didn't think we were worthy of being Power Rangers, he would have dismissed all of us and taken our badges away. But we're still here. We still have this uniform, and until Zordon or Kruger or somebody else tells us that we're not fit to be Rangers, that's what we are.
Understood. And
You
from
don't
this
mind me.
day, I am no longer a ranger. If you are going to lay politics and choices and sacrifices made for more, I will follow the path laid in front of me. And it is not here.
Then do what you gotta do.
We wish you luck in your further endeavors.
And Rick will just walk away.
The warning as you leave. If the power you wield is abused, you will see me again.
So what are you
If
saying?
you realize that you're right, and that we're right, we'll welcome you back.
I really hope above game. I really hope Kruger had been listening into this the whole time. That would have been
This
funny.
is really not good at all.
You know, the wonderful thing about a choose your own adventure, hey, if you pick the route to go, that's what happens.
At this point, Orchid said, "Nah, fuck y'all. I'm going off on my own. I'm
Oh,
doing my own
it
shit."
wasn't just on Orchid's side.
Oh yeah.
Orchid's taking her ball and going home.
As you've collected, there's a scene around you at this point. And then all of a sudden, a voice, one that holds a bit more power. And just where will you go, Orchid?
Turns to look.
Professor Daxian.
I will go and find the answers I need to, because obviously I cannot here.
What answers do you expect to find on your own, my girl?
I'm going to find where they have been this entire time, where they are now. And as you said, if they are causing troubles, I will be the one to put them down.
Yes, Orchid. But alone, you will not succeed.
And I will keep trying until I cannot try anymore.
That is not something that I am willing to let you do. He walks forward and takes both your hands in his. Orchid, my dear, I have tried my very best to try and guide you. Try to help you understand perspectives we all have. You claim the others do not fit the mark of what you perceive as a ranger. However, may I ask you this? Have they not saved lives?
They have saved lives when it is convenient to them, from when it suits. When they have the ability to save lives, then they will.
Have they ever abandoned lives? You say convenient. The Rangers have done only what they have been told to do. By me. They have significantly saved many lives. They have to make very hard decisions. You yourself had to make a hard decision, did you not? By revealing yourself to us.
Maybe I shouldn't have.
Had you not, I would not have found a member of my family.
You know, if Orchid's face could picture any emotion, that one hit.
Fear I have tried to take far too much of a hands-off approach. There are things that need to be said to everyone.
You're right about that.
There are questions you have, undoubtedly. There are answers I can give, and there are many questions I have myself. Well, come. Commander Kruger and the others are gathered on the galley.
Okay, they'll follow.
So, as Professor Daxian leads you all to the Gamma, Prince Dex kind of like disperses the crowd. This tension, the air is palpable. You all find yourselves in a familiar room on the Gamma. It's a conference. It is like the main conference hub. In the room is obviously Commander Kruger, Maxis, Nova's uncle. On one of the screens is the Admiral of Zybria. And as you all sit down, Professor Daxian takes his seat and just lets the air kind of simmer for a moment. Do any of you sit?
Breaker will.
No, but
I was going to ask, is like Kilo around, or is like Kilo on Hollow?
Keeler's not on Hollow, no. You get the feeling that they are currently coordinating. For all intents and purposes, they are coordinating with everyone else currently with the satellites and everything else. You get the
she's
feeling
in charge of the she's in charge of the space fleet at the moment. So yeah, okay.
you get the feeling that in this room it's people that that are in a need to know. And as the silence draws out, Commander Kruger makes to stand up. Then all of a sudden, sharper than you've ever heard it before. Sit down, Kruger. It was Professor Daxian.
Is that like how like some people like speak to a dog, you know, like down?
No, this was basically Daxian giving Kruger an order.
Well, Marika's a little taken aback by that. That like she doesn't like just kind of look at. She doesn't like just directly look at Daxian, but her eyes definitely like ever so slightly just kind of like shimmer to Kruger, kind of shimmer back to Daxian, and then just focus back on the overall room.
Kruger slowly sits back down. Undoubtedly, everyone in this room has questions. Myself, more so than many, perhaps, or maybe not so. Still, I believe that too many secrets have been kept. Therefore, the air must be cleared if this team is to go forward. Especially now, I know one of the assistants that worked on my life's project is still alive.
And if I may, Professor, what was my life's work was built behind my back for a reason I don't know yet.
You've only ever seen Daxian look this way before. It's when you rescued Prince Dax. This isn't the professor in so much as a sense of this is a man who has dealt with royal proceedings in the past, politics and such.
The man who would be king.
The man who would be king, yes. Ruger kind of looks to Maxis, and Maxis is the first one that just kind of sighs and goes, well, where to start? As for your question, Professor, I have no idea. That's not something that I worked with. But the Flashman project was actually something we were using in conjunction with the Delta megaship. It was meant to be an auxiliary for the Astro Rangers. Nova.
I know it was. You know I know it was. What I'm asking is, why did you tell me that it was a fail or that it wouldn't work? Why did every single member of that fucking academy tell me it didn't work?
Because I didn't want you near the project.
Why not? Nova's actually starting to cry right now. He's like, and he just looks.
Is Marika sitting next to Nova at this point?
Can be if you want.
She'll just put a hand on his shoulder,
Maxis,
or forearm.
You know how much this meant to me.
Have you
know how disappointed I was.
Nova, you have seen the hellscape that this is.
That's what it was about in the first place.
He was looking out for you at your parents' behest.
Bullshit!
Dwayne's going to put an arm on Nova's other shoulder, and he's going to be a little bit quiet when he speaks, but he's going to be, think for a moment, if you were here and not where you were, you wouldn't be the Ranger today.
I know that.
I know it hurts, but in the end, it's technically a positive. You're a Ranger and you have Flashman now.
Nova, I have lost countless family members and friends.
And I haven't?
No, you have. And look at it. Look at this hellscape we are in currently. You have to believe me, I was thinking of you, my boy. Look at the life I've lived. I did not want that for you. And I didn't lie. The Flashman protocol of the project was too advanced for even us. I don't know how it's built. Don't even know how it ended up here on planet Kelvis. We moved the Delta Megazord here, and then once that was decommissioned, we started stripping it for parts. You saw it. How Flashman's even completed is beyond me.
Marika's eyes at this point, again, she's trying to hide it. She's trying to look, professional, but her eyes do kind of wander over to Kruger.
Please tell me you're being truthful. Please tell me you actually don't know how this was built.
When we left the Flashman project, it was in this state. He starts rolling through like that. My personal file. See for yourself. Half complete. Non-functional. No energy source. Nothing. So when I saw that box with that symbol, even I had questioned. I was too busy keeping people on this planet alive. The readouts are all there. By all accounts, Nova, as ingenious as your project was, it should never have been completed. And yet,
Yeah, like,
it's there.
I'm gonna say, for the clarity for the stream, like, Nova pulls out his own tablet and looks at everything that it was, that he, like, all the designs, everything that he had on it, and it matches perfectly with what Maxis has on his. I've kept this. Now going on almost 3 years.
You had it when we met, like, episode 1, right?
Yeah, Nova's had that tablet and every time he was ever looking down at at that said tablet, it was at those plans.
Yeah, Marika would just kind of nod and just say, "It's true." When we all met at that space station, he had it on him.
The day that I was told that I wouldn't be able to help again, the Astro Rangers, my friends, you know this. That was one of the worst days of my life, so the fact that it's built, that it's standing outside right now, I can't tell you what emotions I'm feeling, because I'm basically feeling all of them right now. Happiness that it worked, utter hatred that it had to be built after what you told me that day, and now I'm terrified to know who built it, who finished it.
The Eltarian Empire. Zora is standing in the middle, in the door. Apologies, I'm late. I had to send a missive. And also I was checking up on Trey.
No. If you can answer me this, then, Zoria, do you know how your people got it?
Yes, I can. Commander Kruger, in his effort to try and strengthen the Alliance, reached out to Planet Eltar. As you know, Planet Eltar has been standoffish in the war, but we have stood with you, and our own efforts as well. When Kruger reached out, the council rebooted. However, an argument was made that perhaps our scientists could help the Astro Ranger at the time. It was when Commander Kruger presented us with those plans. The concept was sound, and of course, we were able to consult with our mutual acquaintance on planet Earth, Zordar. The power source we used was, well, quite simply the same as all grid-focused Zords. It was simply a case of finding the right channel. At least that's how it was explained to me. But you see, I am simply a guardian on planet Eltar. I was assigned to transporting it. It came here to Kelvis and was left. Truthfully, I thought it was destroyed. But in my time here, everything kind of got lost, given my circumstances currently. But your uncle is not lying to you, Nova. This was Eltar's way of trying to make up for not joining Fallout. And the council still will not join, but...
Any other projects that they've been working on that we should know about?
If there is, they do not. That I would not know. We would have to. So that you'd have to ask Supreme Commander Zophram. Zartus, not Zophram. Zophram's the other one.
Does Dwayne know that name?
Supreme Commander Zartus is one of 3 names that ring a bell in Eltar. Zordon being one of them. And the other 2 guardians that fought alongside him, Zartus and Zophram. Zophram is presumed dead, and Zartus is the current Supreme Commander. I believe that's what he's called. The Supreme Guardian. It goes bronze, silver, gold, but the gold is called Supreme.
Quick side tangent above game. Does Lord Zed exist like in this universe, or and
yes,
like do we know of them?
Yes, he's been mentioned.
Yeah, because we know that like the Power Rangers are kind of what mid season 3.
We're around season 3 because I from what I remember, only Rita so far has been mentioned as like the force on Earth that Dark Spectre has.
No, I've mentioned Master Vile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Lord Zed's been mentioned in the context of Zordon and his Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has been mentioned. But those 3 names in Eltarian history were considered the greatest Eltarian guardians. Of course, what happened with Zordon happened. What happened with Zophram is unknown, but Zartus is the one that currently leads the Eltarian Empire's armies.
Mm-hmm.
President Axon levels his eyes at Kruger. What more are you not telling us, Commander? Kruger looks at Maxis and then at Zora, and then... I had hoped that none of this would ever come to light. I had hoped to bear the burden alone and spare anyone else.
With all due respect, Commander, that is a stupid fucking idea in the middle of a war right now.
Seems to be running theme today.
That's something I concur with. And that was the Zybrian Admiral. Someone who promotes the unity of this alliance, Commander Kruger, it's been more and more apparent that SPD has been operating outside of its mission parameters. I believe that a tell-all is needed, lest we bring this to the full council.
Rika will just take a glance over at Orchid. Like, what are they like? What's their vibe right now?
Processing. mildly annoyed. But you wouldn't get that last bit, just processing.
Yes, it is true that SPD has secrets. As I said, secrets I had hoped to keep to spare the pain of others. I have had to make decisions I am not proud of since the fall of Sirius. And since I lost my family. You already know the situations with the genetic DNA tampering. Looks at you, Scott.
Sneers.
Now this. Yes, I reached out to the Eltarians in an attempt to get them to join the Alliance once more, and this was the compromise. Truthfully, I too had thought Zord was destroyed when the Astral Rangers had not utilized it. Which is why the Delta Megaship protocol was put in place. It will take some time for me to gather the files and the relevant people notified. If you truly wish to know everything, then very well. There is something that I wish to know, Professor. Daxian levels a very hard gaze at Uga. Your life's work, you said, was an impossibility. Yet Orchid is there. And now, seems the other Alpha unit, Central unit, have reappeared. With the ability to transform. How do you explain that? Axion, at this point, slams his hands on the desk and jumps to his feet. And I said, if I knew that, Ruger, I would not be here looking for answers. More importantly, what chased the Astral Rangers off this planet? How are one of the scientists that was confirmed past not only alive, but now wielding the same powers as that psycho threat? We found the information on that Alpha unit on Smilodia. My former partner and lab assistant, Oren, apparently had made off after the project was shut down. And now Cassix, no sign of anything. And you're going to stand there and tell me that you didn't know? Ruger kind of draws himself up, and at this point now he's starting to like fight back. I was aware of Professor Oren. His want to carry on your project was his own. I advised him against it, but I gave him leave to do as he wished, and his assistants, Cassix, and the other, and the boy, they went with him.
Mariko will speak up at this point. You don't think that at some point they had a little run-in with our, well, you know.
Why'd you roll?
Hey, we're talking about a certain subject that might have some kind of psychic scars. Nothing happened though. It's all fine. Continue.
I gotta be a bee for a little bit. Be back in a couple of minutes.
Okay. Professor Oron, Essex, and Tiluka wanted to continue the Alpha Sentinel project. They thought that even the slightest chance of bringing it together would help the Alliance, or even if not giving them the full power of being able to morph, at least being designed to fight on a scale level to not have to put innocent lives at risk. And then we lost contact with them. That was the last I heard.
How long ago?
A few months after the first blackout protocol was called. It's been years since. Daxian kind of sits back down and leaning forward, his hands crossed in front of his face. My life's work corrupted right before my very eyes, and it should not have been possible. And yet, somehow, they cracked a code that I could not. A code that I struggled to bring into existence for the current CyberStrike project.
As we established today, Professor, if there's anybody who understands how you feel right now, it's me.
I hate to bring up a bit of a sore point, but Venjix did get Orchid's morphing code, remember?
Which means this has been planned for a long time. Or at the very least around the same time as we got involved in all this.
Hate to say it, but that makes perfect sense. What is it they call it, Commander Kruger? The law of escalation?
If this has been Trek's goal from the get-go, then where did Kasich come in? I've seen the footage. Studied it.
Remember, Dark Spectre got into Trek's head. Maybe he got into Kasich's head.
Kasich wanted the project to succeed by any means necessary. If Trek had offered her a way to do that, then
And Venjix's obsession about the grid plays into that as well.
Venjix's
A little
obsession.
bit of here, a little bit there, piece it all together. And
Venjix's obsession. You are drawing conclusions where there are none. His obsession with the grid has been something that has been well documented for years. Simple fact of the being.
Venjix did not. When I came into contact with Venjix, he was not just looking for a single thing. If Venjix's attack connected, I would not be here. He just happened to get the code.
That seemed to be whatever Kasich and Trek needed. It's my only hypothesis. Still doesn't make any sense as to why the units even exist. They were destroyed. If they somehow managed to repair them, it's with technology that they should not have had access to in the first place. Which leads me to the likely observations. Kasich has been a traitor from the very beginning. Even all those years ago. Still,
She's still good.
Still, there are other things that need to be addressed. As to why it was kept from me, they began working on the project without me. Why would you authorize it when I told you that they would serve no other purpose beyond basic alpha unit? Their entire mainframe design was reliant on the grid. Give them individuality, life. And in your own way, Kruger, you twisted it. How can I trust you with my team now? Better yet, how can this team even continue to operate?
I trust them if it makes anything better.
Actually, Dwayne, no, that does not. You're headstrong and a good agent, I'll give you that. But you often leap far too fast for thinking.
Well, Professor, since we're on the subject, I feel like maybe all of us need a bit of a... She just kind of looks at the rest of the group. Reality check. So why don't you give us one? All of us.
Orchid is correct. You haven't been performing the way Rangers normally would. You've been given an impossible task. And I have tried to guide you as best I can.
Here's the thing, though. From what we've seen, the Power Rangers serve the greater good, but we weren't gifted these powers by a mystical space wizard or had our coins crafted by a magic ninja man. These powers were given to us to serve to fight back against the powers of Dark Spectre, who we are at war with.
Sometimes war doesn't excuse the things we've done. And
you
I just
allow-
kind of look at Kruger when I say that.
Tell me, Arrow, my boy, would you allow this war to turn you into the very things you hate? It is the most unfair on you and Nova. Two civilians thrust into a position that they should not have had.
If I read right about the files about the Rangers from Earth, they started out as teenagers and not even adults.
Wait, what? They've got kids fighting this war.
Not our war. Zordon has always had a eclectic method. One not entirely agreed upon, but his methods have merit.
I got BRB again, sorry.
Though his current team fare a lot better than a team he had in the past. That's not my story to tell. We have all lost something in this conflict. Now I am putting a stop with it again. I should have been the mentor that my brother would have wanted me to be. Each of you have been gifted this power. And Orchid, as much as it conflicts with your ideal and what your view of a ranger is, Captain Hammond was right. If the power did not wish to stay with them, it would have left.
I'm back.
There are choices that you have made till this point that have served you all well, and there are some that have brought conflict within the group. It can no longer happen. And Orchid, I, more than anyone, understand what you are feeling. Just to learn that I had you. A small part of my life was brought back, and now the rest of it is out there being used. The damage they do is on my hand. There can be no more conflict within the team. Which means starting today, your issues will be ironed out.
That sounds fair.
will learn to work. You will learn to work together better. You are not just fighters in this conflict. You are Rangers. It is also time I started being the mentor you deserve.
Nova scoffed at that. Professor, you were the mentor we deserve. You always have been. It's just that you just need to change for what you were given. We all trust you probably more than we trust each other at this point.
Maybe that's what we lost sight of.
He's right about one thing. Nova looks to the other five. I hate the fact that we were fighting right now.
Oh, absolutely.
I consider you five at this point to be like a second family to me. We need
Words
each
being
other.
thrown around a lot right now.
Yeah, well, after losing one, I can tell you I don't want to lose another. Like, after the Hetry says that, he looks at Maxis. Especially after, or not knowing if I'll be able to find another one again. Or the other one.
I'm having a bit of an issue with my VT, my foundry. There we go. And we're back. Sorry about that. Orchid?
Orchid hung up on something Daxian said earlier. If the power didn't want them, if the power didn't approve of them, the power didn't want, or wouldn't be with them, right?
Correct.
So she's processing that, mulling that over. I'm just gonna do a grid sensitivity check. I'm gonna ask the power. Grid sensitivity check's good for that, right?
Depends.
I'm just looking into the power.
Grid
Could that be
sensitivity.
grid connections? That's just, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. I understand what you're trying to do. It's just that what you all have is like a surface level thing of it.
Well, it's just from the reasoning, if the power did not approve, so she from how Orchid understands it, much like how the Psycho Ranger's connection to the grid was toxic, it was warped, it felt wrong, right?
Yeah.
Gonna lean into to the grid juju that is Orchid, so
Okay, yeah, sure. So, as you do this, Orchid, and everyone's still talking, the words that Daxian spoke ring in over and over in your head. Whereas, when you picked up on the sensitivity from the Psycho Rangers, it was warped, it was twisted, it was obviously dark. The powers that you feel from your friends, your companions, your fellow Rangers, they're the same as yours, if a little bit more complete. It's It's the same resonating sensation you have with your power. It feels right. The only thing that feels a little different is Zora. Make me an alertness check, please. Okay.
Normal alertness or more grid sensitivity?
Grid sensitivity. You can use grid sensitivity for this. Oh shit.
Grit 22.
Orchid, Zora's power feels oddly similar to the anti-grid mineral. Almost like a complete inversion.
I snap my head to look at Zora.
As a matter of fact, you could even compile Zora's grid connection and form it into the exact same waveforms you've had from the refined form, the unrefined form of this anti-grid mineral. It's almost like it's a complete 180.
Does it feel natural or unnatural?
Natural. Whereas the anti-grid one feels unnatural, Zora's is completely natural. I really didn't think you'd hit this. Didn't think any of you would hit this.
Is this a secret we've unlocked?
This is a secret that's been in since conception.
That's completely derailed. Okay. I hijack screens in the room. I throw up the grid signals.
If we are speaking about honesty, what is this?
Orchid, what are you? What? Orchid, what are you doing?
And
I line up the anti-grid mineral frequencies next to Zora's, next to us.
What? These are the. Wait.
Okay, we're all seeing that, right?
Get rid of the CyberStrike protocol.
Got rid of.
Marika at this point has looked over to Zora.
Zora-
What is her face?
Zora doesn't understand what's going on.
Marika at this point will kind of be like, Zora, you said you took the powers from Trey, right? Just out of necessity because he was having his difficulties, right?
Yes, that he transferred the power. That he completed the rite of transference. Stowed the gold energy powers onto me, and that was it. I'm fully intending to give them back. It's my understanding that these powers aren't meant for anyone outside of Triforia.
Marika raises an eyebrow and just kind of like looks at probably like Daxian first, and then Kruger is just kind of like a, y'all know about this?
That Daxian kind of nods and says, yes, the Gold Ranger powers primarily belong to Triforians. However, I believe something else is gone. Okay, can you invert Zora's wavelength? Put it to match.
I do it, I invert it, I get it to match.
Well, you don't get it to match. It's it's slightly different. It's almost following the same patterns of wavelengths, but it's there. I've seen that wave pattern before. And all of a sudden, Professor Daxian is now scrambling. He's going through, and he's all like, Glyph! And as he says this, Orchid, your little drone like kind of popped up.
Yep.
So that, and Glyph's voice rings out. Oh, how may I? Upload my files in the Zeo Crystal, now! It's at this point, even like Zora's eyes bug out.
Marika just kind of looks at the team and just bows. Zeo what?
Professor, what do you mean that it's files on the Zeo Crystal? In my earliest attempts of the CyberStrike protocol, and even that of the Alpha Sentinel protocol, I needed a tangible power source. Well, the one I knew the most about was the Zeo Crystal.
Above came another timeline where we could have actually become the Zeo Rangers.
Yep.
I had experimented, of course, trying to copy and mimic the powers of the Supersonic Rangers, the Blitz Rangers, the Astro Rangers, all of that. But here it is. So now, Professor Daxian takes away the Gold Ranger wavelength and overlays a wavelength of... The Zeo Crystal is a source of immense power, intrinsically tied to the grid. I was only able to study forms, get research and everything from the likes of Zordon and other members of Eltar that I had worked with in the past. Being royalty kind of has its perks. So as he says this, he brings it up and he puts the anti-grid mineral wavelength at one side and the Zeo Crystal wavelength on the other. They are perfect mirrors of each other.
As in they're matching one for one, or is it like the actual mirror?
They're a mirror of each other. They're a reflection.
And this stuff is on every planet, right?
It's an anti-Zeo crystal. Whereas the Zeo crystal gives power, this takes it away. Did I not see this before? Did none of us see this before? There is too much.
Can I do like a grid sensitivity check as well?
Sure.
Given that I'm Phantom Black as well.
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to discern?
I mean, my specific connection in like any kind of resonance with it or whatnot, because I got hit with anti-grid energy as well.
Yeah.
You know, a direct blast from it, and
Yeah.
you know, the whole thing with having to deal with my morpher from Phantom Ranger, and I think it is the Black Emissary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, what are you trying to discern, though?
Like, is it similar? Is it kind of
For what?
leaning on anti, or is it Zeo?
What, your powers, or...
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, this is 10.
You don't really pick up on anything, but, you know, you feel the same as you've ever done. There's no matching negative energy or anything. It's just your power. What you come to know as your power.
Okay.
I believe there is a lot more to discuss on this subject. This is a breakthrough that the Alliance needs to be sent now. Rest assured, Commander, as of right now, CyberStrike Rangers are no longer under SPD command. We will continue to help the Alliance. But we will not. I will not allow you to pay their trust any more than you already have.
Above game, this is going to be very conflicting for Marika.
I unhijack the screen as well.
Twitch, remind me of something. When I was like looking back and forth on that timeline, like way back a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like trying to like maybe find the start of the anti-grid mineral, and I was told no.
Yeah.
Would that? I'm kind of thinking, is that because of like something to do with the Zeo crystal or something like that?
No, you just told no.
Hmm.
Hey,
Okay.
Twitch,
Yes?
can I make a deception roll?
Depends on what you're trying to deceive.
The moment that Daxian says we're no longer under SPD control and all of that, given Marika's entire life as a, essentially, not necessarily an SPD soldier, but as a soldier somewhat directly under the command of Kruger, she's kind of conflicted.
Okay. What are you trying to deceive?
More likely she's trying to hide the fact that she's essentially trying to hide her confliction, essentially.
Wouldn't necessarily have to hide that.
I'm going to ask you something, Choco. Would you be okay if I did an insight on you, like with an alertness check?
Like,
Sure.
it doesn't really, because I'm saying it's not really making sense for you to try and deceive people when, you know. That's a crit 16.
Yeah.
Crit 16.
Yeah, she's conflicted.
I mean, let's put it this way. You kind of lock eyes. Dwayne's got the same surprise and, like, what? kind of expression on his face.
Yeah, you and Scott are the ones that were directly under SPD. Marika was just an Alliance soldier, but she had that loose connection with SPD and Kruger, and so it's just kind of like the career soldier being told she's no longer under the direct command of Kruger and SPD, and she's just like, I'm gonna look over to Scott as well, just kind of like, he's basically been quiet this whole time. I'm just kind of like gauging what his like overall demeanor and reaction.
Yeah, about that. Not really sure how I feel about that declaration, and out of character, I don't know how I want to express that. So I don't know if I want to like make a scene or
No,
if I
yes.
want to address it later.
Daxian goes to, so allow me to clarify. Daxian wasn't saying it as if to say, like, you know, you're going to operate outside of the Alliance anymore. It's just that Daxian is saying at this current conjecture, he can't trust Kruger because Kruger has shown that he's kept secrets about a lot of things. And until it all comes clean, he's like, Daxian's like, he has to act in the betterment for the team. You can totally disagree with Daxian here. It is 100% an option.
Okay.
Marika doesn't like the idea. She disagrees with him, but she will trust him as this whole exercise of trust and everything. She will trust that he knows what he's doing.
Well, here's the thing. I've served under Commander Kruger for, I imagine, years.
Yes.
And I've been working with the rest of y'all, aside from Dwayne, for a fraction of that time. I don't appreciate you, Professor, taking this stand on all of our behalf. Because everything I've done, I've done in his service. Any motions to Commander Kruger. I haven't been doing this for them, pointing at the other Rangers. I haven't been doing it for you. I've been doing it for him and for our cause. And so if you're gonna tell me that you say that I don't have to answer to him anymore, I say that is not your decision to make. Over.
Looks at Dwayne.
Scott's got a point, but I think it should be a decision for us to make.
Yeah, I was about to say the same.
I mean, we did just have this whole talk about trust and that, and yet you're just over here trying to speak for all of us. I understand there's a lot of trust issues. I understand you don't trust the commander. Me here as the career soldier, and not being directly under his command, but having that mentality of loyalty to not just the Alliance, but directly to Kruger. You're asking us to do a lot by just no longer taking any type of suggestion or order from Kruger.
Because I've got news for you, Professor. If you tell me to do one thing and Commander Kruger tells me to do the other, we're gonna have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
There may be trust issues, but we're all here to do the same exact thing.
We need unity, not division.
What unity? It already sounds like you are divided.
Thank you. Yeah, and let's not even, ignore the fact that, Professor, you have managed to turn Orchid's entire existence upside down in a matter of hours.
Oh no, this is not the professor's fault at all. I knew the facts. None of you are here for Kruger. We were never united in the first place by the sounds of it. The team I joined was not a united team. If you, as you said yourself, just all you have done is for Kruger and your dream with Kruger.
Look, Orchid, I can't claim to understand the entirety of what you're dealing with between the mistrust and the questioning of everyone's morals and the existential crisis of finding out that you are not the only one of you in the universe. But you got to understand, we're in a war. I am a soldier, and this power, he brandishes his morpher, this is a weapon given to me to win this war.
Orchid just remains silent, but is just staring at his grid connection. Still
Unchanged.
strong, right?
Unchanged.
Curious.
Go ahead.
Nope, just the one word.
Right. I have no reason to doubt that Commander Kruger is fighting for the good of the entire galaxy, and frankly, there is nothing that I expect him to be capable of doing that would come close to the evil that Dark Spectre and his forces are doing to planet after planet after planet. I know the Power Rangers are supposed to be the paragons of justice and do no wrong, but this isn't a monster of the week scenario. This is a monster every minute of every day of every week of every month scenario. Even when we're not fighting, we're still at war. And being at war means that you have to make difficult decisions. Being in a war means that you cannot save 100% of the lives that you try to. And if you're going to be a soldier in this war, and that's what you are, you have to be able to accept that. And not be so up on your moral high horse like you were on Smilodia.
Marika's gonna look
I
over to
think that is
Kruger.
the difference. I am not a soldier. I am not a weapon of war.
Well, then I think it's time that you put down your gun.
I
Marika's
don't
gonna
think that's a
look
good
over.
idea.
Marika's gonna look over to Kruger throughout this whole conversation, and she's just gonna say, "Commander, what do you think?"
I think in ways the professor is right. And in other ways, so is Scott. The rest of you. And so is Orchid. I haven't made the choices I've made lightly. But have I made the choices for the betterment of the people I'm trying to protect? Yes. And I will live with those choices for the rest of my life. Ultimately, it is as you say, it is up to you. What say you, Professor? I believe that's the most impassionate I've heard you be since I met you, Scott. And I believe that is the first time, as a team, you included, Orchid, that you have all agreed on something.
What are we all agreeing on?
That you are fundamentally different. You said it yourself, did you not? You're a soldier, Scott. Orchid said it herself. She is not a soldier. She is a defender. But, again, for the first time, as a team, albeit in a heated situation, you have all just agreed that you do not gel together. Professor Action is smiling, by the way.
Team bonding.
We bond by arguing.
My body kind of loosens up because I've been very stiff and tense for the last several minutes in real life and in the game.
Yeah. That's fine.
But yeah, just his Daxian's demeanor kind of helps me just kind of relax a little bit, although he's definitely a touch confused.
Daxian turns to Orchid. Would you agree, my dear?
We are fundamentally different, yes. I agree.
Good. And we have a good grounding. Zora kind of perks up and says, sorry, I don't know if this is a cultural thing with Edenite. Professor, your demeanor has changed. At this point, you hear a chuckle from the door. And Prince Dex is standing there, now flanked by one of the royal guards. Good. I do believe, if I may, that you have all just been, subject to something my grandfather once did to my dear uncle. Which is got him to argue with my father for hours on end until they realized that it is their differences that make them part of their better selves. I believe that's called a parent. Nope, not the word I was looking for. I believe that's being called dad trap. Or something other than that.
Or it could just size.
I turn to Orchid again. Look. I want a world. I want a galaxy where you never have to take up arms ever again. Where none of us ever have to take up arms ever again. And I understand, and I hope I can help you understand that to achieve that goal, we can't just wait for the evil to come here. We can't just wait for them to come to us and defend our ground. Right now, with the state of things, we need to defend the people who are already under his thumb. the people who are already oppressed, the people who are already being subjugated right now. And that's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to work out without any casualties. Yes, innocent people are probably going to die. They're dying right now, all over the galaxy, because of Dark Spectre and his allies. I don't want you to think that I'm heartless, that Dwayne is heartless, that Marika is heartless, that the commander is heartless. We're just doing what we feel we need to do so that no one else has to ever do it again.
It isn't even that we need to do this. Any of us can just turn in our morpher, walk away, and go back to our normal life. But I can't speak for everybody, but I want to do this for the exact reason that Scott said. I want a better place. I want a place where all of us can be peaceful, can never have to fight this war again. That's why I'm in this. We're gonna argue. People are gonna get hurt. I wish I could stop it. I wish any of us could stop it.
And Orchid, I can't do this without your help. Will you continue to help me, please?
You're all gonna get a
I
story.
know
points.
you are not.
Yeah,
Did not
I
hear what you
know
said.
you are not heartless. I can see that war requires persistence to stand up, to defend, to fight, so others do not have to suffer. I understand this. I know this. The reason I did not leave the shore now is because of that. I think my understanding is flawed. If what I am seeing right now is the truth, I need to reevaluate what I was told.
And Orchid's just staring at him at the grid connection.
speaking of grid connection, all of you roll grid sensitivity, please. And by the way,
Oh wait, we're
should-
actually doing a D&D part of this D&D program?
yes. Well,
Crit 14.
okay. Well,
$19.
No, my number sucked.
fucking yeah, it doesn't matter. This is a group roll, and you've already surpassed it. So first things first,
Where's
you all
Chris?
get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 story points because that was an amazing scene. Well done.
Where's grid sensitivity again?
I have my moments. It's an
Under
alertness
alertness.
specialization.
Alertness, yeah. Under alertness.
Yeah.
Arrow
Oh,
is
no.
nope.
Hey, I got my lucky number.
Arrow
Yeah.
Arrow is a bucket of nope.
Arrow's like, hey,
Arrow-
that's it. Wait a minute. Ooh, butterfly.
Arrow's
That's
like,
a
what were we
messy note.
talking about again?
No, Arrow both succeeded and failed.
I mean, that
Uh,
tracks.
Yeah. So as this
Looking over
happens,
Kruger. Ooh, puppy.
yeah. So as you finish that sentence, Orchid, this Orchid is the reason you were bestowed with such power. all of a sudden, manifesting kind of like in like a weird kind of like portal. Scott, Dwayne, you've seen this before. A line of individuals wearing white armor and staff are floating in what seems to be an expanseless abyss.
Huh. Didn't think I'd be seeing you guys again so soon.
Okay, so you know who these are, because I'm completely lost right now.
Like, I'm just next to Dwayne, like just tapping on his shoulder repeatedly, excitingly. It's like, oh, she's getting her emissary.
Hello.
Well, actually, it's all of the emissaries.
Even more of a gasp.
Wait, are they just in the room, or is this like a vision?
It's like
Bit of both.
bit of both. It's like a portal that's opened up. Like you're able to perceive them. Kind of like how they showed up in the TV show. Like that kind of deal. They're just floating in that endless expanse. Orchid, what is your reaction?
You know,
You have absolutely no idea how long I've been waiting, because not even Tom.
hey, I'm going with the new thought process being ingrained. I just look into the grid. I guess in this point physically now, but you know, grid sensitivity. I'm just gonna lean to what does the power tell me to do? What vibe am I getting?
Well, you are familiar with these individuals. You've had these voices ever since you were reawakened. You remember them, but you've never been able to put physical forms to them.
And there's a portal right in front of me, right?
Yep.
I step into it.
Wait, are you stepping in or are they stepping out?
No, Orchid's trying to step in. Before you even
I'm
get a
drawn
chance
to it.
Yeah, before you even get a chance to, the pink emissary floats forward. And then becomes far more corporeal. And places a hand on your chest, Orchid. No. Unfortunately, even for one such as yourself, Orchid, stepping into the grid in its purer form would be quite disastrous. After all, too much pink energy is not always a good thing.
You motherfucker. You were waiting this whole session to use this, weren't you?
I just look.
He's been waiting for this moment for that line.
I have my moments.
Yeah, you just had one.
Seems like the kind of a day.
What did you say, Tom?
Just looking up at them. You know, grid sensitivity, the crap out of this, as in, I'm just grid vision mode.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're still like in the room, right?
Yeah, you're still in the room. For all intents and purposes, if you were to move around this portal, the perception of what they are doing in the inside this thing wouldn't change. You just see them standing there. The only one that's changed now is the pink emissary.
Can everybody else see this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look to Daxian.
He's sat down, gazing, flabbergasted.
How does Kruger look right now?
Same.
You think
Right,
Kruger would let on that
so-
he was phased by anything?
Rhaegar just looks at Daxian. Wait, you can see this too?
Captain, if I was not seeing it with my own eyes, I would consider myself dreaming. Oh, no,
I mean,
Professor, you're not dreaming
know
at
what?
all. You're not dreaming at all. As a matter of fact, none of you are dreaming. It's been a long time
Dwayne's
since I've
doing
even stretched my legs.
What,
Dwayne's just counting out everyone and being like, wait.
Nova just looks at them. What do we owe the pleasure, then?
Well, as you say this, the black emissary speaks up. In truth be told, we are not supposed to be here. However, it has been pointed out that a test may have been needed. At this point, the pink emissary flippantly waves a hand. Oh, you're being far too formal. This was my idea. And she's kind of like walking around the room with kind of like curiosity more than anything. Like she's just inspecting everything. It's been like a very long time that she's been in like a corporeal form.
Oh, they're just standing in the room.
Only the pink emissary. The rest, as I said, are inside this portal in the expanse. I'm sorry, you had a test? Yes. You see, although my companions, the black and green emissary, pointed out to your friends there, including the Phantom Ranger from the other timelines, there has been an inconsistency on my part. Something that I neglected to do. And that was show Orchid that sometimes life will never make sense. Of course, I do blame the Red Guardians for that.
Rika blinks.
No, not you, dear. No, you can, like the red emissary kind of like rolls his, like if he could roll his eyes, kind of like he just does like the head motion. You see, we had observed this reality for a while, and ultimately the decision was made to take a hands-off approach. Its anomalous nature is too unpredictable for us to effectively perceive. There have been multiple differences that we have not been able to predict. Certain teams getting their powers at different times. Certain teams never existing at all. This, of course, then led to our seeing of Professor Daxu and his life's work, as he put it. We simply were too headstrong in ourselves, in trying to help you along. And unfortunately, our interference, well, didn't go to plan as much as we wished it would. The pink emissary then turns back to you, Orchid, places a hand almost like a motherly hand. Our connection to you was severed before we could complete the process. You were given everything you needed to be the perfect ranger. But not everything you needed to truly understand life. And that is my fault.
I just look at it.
Daxian kind of says, what? So you're saying that you are responsible for Orchid existence? Yes. Yes, we were. And it was my intent to give you everything that I had failed to give you. But it would appear that you are learning that on your own, my dear.
You are right. Things did not make sense.
They often will not, Orchid. But in time, they will. Or you will figure it out. With the help of your friends. And your father. And you will become what you are destined to be.
What am I destined to be? I am just Orchid.
BRB.
Oh, silly girl. No. You. All of you are Power Rangers. The words hang in the air as the pig emissary starts to float up. Seems time is short. We cannot stay here indefinitely, of course. Dark Spectre's power in this reality is still too strong. Professor Dash says, wait, no, I have so many questions. How do we... That is not for us to diverge, Professor.
Dwayne's actually going to put a hand on Daxian and be like, I'm sure we'll get the answers when we're supposed to get them.
Please tell me this. Are they really my Alpha Sentinels? The emissaries look at each other. And then the red emissary speaks. They are your sentinels, and in many ways they are not. That is all we can divulge. Farewell, CyberStrike Rangers. And may the power protect you always. Everything. Oh damn. Okay, what have you just rolled?
Just turns to.
All of that was a bit too much for Orchid. Collapses.
Yeah.
Turn. Before that, turns to Nova and Marika. Okay, rock, paper, scissors for who gets the next Sentinel. Or for who gets the next master morphing emissary.
Emissary, yeah.
I don't think that's how that works, Zero.
No, because if I think we'd all be visited by all of ours by now if that was.
I mean, technically, one emissary probably oversees every ranger of that color, but
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I beat Dwayne in rock, paper, scissors, and I got mine first.
So as you're saying that, all of a sudden you hear the clap, and then person actually says, "Orchid."
Immediately helps keeps her stable. I don't know how heavy she is.
It's about as heavy as a human.
Oh, then yeah, keeps her up.
So
I will also attempt to keep her vertical.
yeah. Is Orchid shut down now, Tom?
Is completely out of it. Overload.
Right. Okay. Cool. This is.
Med bay or the science bay? Where do we put
Gamma.
it?
The gamma.
We're on the gamma though.
Yes. The med bay. It would be med bay. Bay.
Yeah, that's why what Dwayne was saying, like in character, like, do we do it in the med bay, do we in the workshop? Like, where do we put her?
Yeah, no, you go to the med bay. It's the same like that. It's like that diagnostics and everything. You get there, and everyone's moving with you this time. Kruger's with you, like that. The Zybrian Admiral has, like, he's been like, what the hell is going on? And like, as soon as you get to the med bay, like, it's glyph transfers that to this, like that. It goes, and everything is kind of just like passing in a frenzy. Like, all the heated discussions up till now, it's all kind of gone like that. Everything seems to be like this. Everything had built up, animosity, inflictions, everything like that, kind of like that, and now it's all kind of just come crashing down. This foundation, and everyone's got reservations. Professor Daxian obviously had his plan, and then he was upstaged by the morphing emissaries.
Who wouldn't be?
It's been a couple of hours. Everything's still going on. Everyone's still here. Kruger's still here. He's actually been, candidly, well, not candidly, he has been speaking with Professor Daxian. They've been exchanging things like that. They've been trying to sort out, how Kruger is going to come clean about a lot of things alongside the Zybrian Admiral. Is at this point...
I was going to say something, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
I would probably come with like 2 cups of coffee and offer one to Kruger whilst he's chatting away with Daxian one time.
Yeah, sure.
Yep,
any drinks, coffee. Anything like that comes over.
Yeah.
You've also been joined by your younger sister, your father, and your older sister at some point. They've been around. They've been...
okay. Dad's here, so that's good.
Kind of brought up the speed.
Mm-hmm. There is
when...
something that I kind of want to ask you, Kruger. Well, Commander, if that's okay.
Fire away, Agent Rosso.
I did a quick head count, and everyone in that room has a connection to the grid in some way. Like even Daxian and Prince Dex with the Master Rider. You're the only one that was the odd one out of that room. I can't help feeling that means something.
Perhaps it does. Perhaps it doesn't.
What do you think, sir?
I think the right people have been given the right job. And I think my choices, my secrecies have finally caught up with me. At that point, your father speaks up, Dwayne. The price of leadership. A heavy crown to bear. Daxian come over at the console, monitoring Orchid like that, and says, "Wouldn't I know that?"
You know, there's still a part of me that looks up to you and then turns to Kruger and then looks up to you. And despite everything that has come about, I still look up and trust you. Both of you. You're what I aspire to.
I am not a perfect individual, Agent Caruso. That your father just kind of goes, well, you know I'm not. Even that Professor Daxian pipes up. Nor am I. Look at me, the man who gave up a crown. Face. Strange people floating in voids. Somewhere along the line, I lost myself. I was trying to teach all of you a lesson, and in turn, I've been taught a lesson myself.
Dwayne takes a sip and is like, there was the day when I thought maybe I'd head up an SPD branch of my own. Who knows? Maybe I'll set up a ranger branch on Smilodia one day.
This
Could
is
call it the Meower Rangers. I'll leave.
None of that. Shame on you.
You haven't seen some of the artwork that Tom's done. Oh, there's a certain piece of artwork I've seen.
Oh, really?
from a while ago.
Back to story.
Professor Daxian kind of lets out a chuckle and says, "Maybe. You know, in all of this, finding out questions, and answers, and everything else, we lost sight of the fact that we did technically win a major battle. We have a blockade now. Dark Spectre's forces can't get past without us knowing. We finally have time to prepare. You.
My mind's kind of wandering on what's next.
So at this
As
point,
mine.
Lyra speaks up. You said the morphing emissaries said something about the Psycho Ranger, correct? That they were the Alpha Sentinels and they weren't?
Yes.
What do you think they meant by that?
If I were to guess, they're not the ones that, well, they're based on the original Sentinels, but They're basically copies of them.
I think you're thinking of physicality. I'm thinking more metaphorically, or in a grid sense. Like they are, but they're not.
Twisted versions.
They have access. Yeah. Like Dark Echoes.
Maybe they have the shells, but personalities have been placed in. Speculation at this point, and nothing I can do. So as you're all speculating this, an unfamiliar voice, all but Actus and Nova, as the following. Well, perhaps we could shed some light on that situation. You turn to see two individuals in brown and black cloaks, with hoods up. And as they lower them, you see the faces of Andros and Zane, the red and silver Astro Ranger.
Nova immediately goes over and guys,
Grab them by the collar.
And that
no, you're not stopping him. He's gonna go over and hug
is
them.
and that
Everybody
is
shut
where,
up.
and that is where the session ends.
Now, Arrow is just being a bro and being like, do not embarrass yourself in front of your heroes.
Well, we
Those
can
aren't-
pick up there next
well,
time.
No, like in character or above game, those aren't his heroes. Those are two of his best friends. Like he grew up with them. That's why he looked up to him so much.
I'll just say Rico would see Andros for the first time and just kind of have this moment of like, she's curious, but there's that part of her that like, how do I explain it?
You have to explain it
she's
next time.
curious. Yeah, she's curious, but there's a part of her that is just like, oh.
Yes, that brings a close to episode 59 and the end of the Blue Ranger arc. And we only went over by about 8 minutes than I originally planned, so woo! So that was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
boy.
An episode that was planned out to be very story heavy and has been in the works for a while. Congrats on getting the overall secret thing. I didn't think anyone would ping that ever. So congrats on that one. But yeah, a lot to discuss, obviously, post everything. I just want to point out, make a note. Everything tension-wise was in character. None of it was personal. I know when sessions can get that heavy and intense, there tends to be a little bit of bleed. I had pre-warned everyone that this was going to be a sort of heavy RP session. And
That doesn't always mean the same thing.
I know. But honestly, freaking awesome scenes all around. Really, really awesome scenes. I'm gonna find someone that we can raid. I've already got someone. It's a friend of mine.
That said, Mr. Twitch, you said that this is going to be our last session for a little bit.
Yes, this is going to be our last session for a little bit. We're going on hiatus. I will be 100% candid. I have been going through a lot IRL outside of everything. The guys here know it. I'm not going to go into too much detail. And also, a bunch of these guys have been going through a lot IRL. It is the holiday season time of the year. There's a lot of shit going on. So yeah, it's
As much as we love,
as much as we love playing the game, and as much as I love these guys sticking with me, especially when shit goes wrong and everything like that, I think now is the right time to take a little break, especially since, like, with how long the campaign's been going. But yeah, it won't be like, we're not ending the campaign. We can't. I've written it all, and we're getting to the finale. Even if I have to recast, I would never recast.
He's actually blackmailed all of us.
Yes,
The parts of Era will now be played by Sage the Omni Geek.
Yeah. I actually have got entire wrestling career contract. And if he quits this campaign, I terminate it, and he's never allowed to wrestle anywhere again.
Yeah, and that's the entire multiverse. That's not just like here.
If Tom quit, they lose their ability to draw. No, I'm kidding.
if I quit, I lose my ability to make computers.
Yeah,
or to build computers.
But yeah, that's the something like that. So we're going on a little bit of hiatus. I'm not saying I won't stream stuff related to Power Rangers or stuff that to do with the campaign. I'm actually have this idea that I kind of want to compile all my early notes and show these guys the earliest half of the story and what their input influenced and then changed to lead it to where it is now.
That could be fun.
Which I thought
table.
Which I thought would be really fun. Because I don't see many other games do that. So, something that's not too like, like that, you have to be committed to everything like that. Of course, things that haven't been revealed will not be revealed in those, but you know what I mean. But yeah, now I'm just clapping on and everything. But yes, to condense everything we said, we are going on a small hiatus, but we'll be here once again. Awesome session for today, guys. I just actually blew my expectations, so I was like, oh, okay. This is going.
I'm not ready for that feels trip.
No, but at the same time, I
Scott
felt
doesn't
like
say much, but when it does, it hits hard.
It hits.
I pick and choose my battles.
Yeah.
Scott has quickly become the guy that is like, he doesn't talk much, but when he does talk, people listen.
He's the big
I'm like
brother.
Silent Bob over here.
He's like the big brother that just comes in at the end.
He voiced Arrow's concerns with Orchid better than I ever could.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I look at my watch and it's that guy o'clock, and what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
We have 3 soldiers, and then Orchid, who is more, the Alpha Sentinel, the Defender. And then we have a teacher and a
medical teacher and a
nerd
and stuff like that. Yeah,
we're a bit of a misfit group here.
Yeah, but that's what I have planned about that. I mean, I won't go into too much detail. That's actually something for the round table that I might jump, but yeah. Okay, I have my raid target. So really quick, from us here at Power Rangers CyberStrike, we will not be gone too long. Hell, if I get inspired and we can find the time, Power Rangers CyberStrike Save Santa one shot
would be fun.
Gee, I wonder what'll happen.
It's jokes on us. It's the same Santa that's from the entire New Saban era.
Yeah,
because that was apparently the same guy every single time that played Santa.
No. We're
the
going,
same Santa that visited Alpha. Alpha 5.
We're going to save the Super Sentai Santas.
Yeah. funny.
We're saving Battle Kenya.
Oh god. But yeah. So yeah. So real quick as we go down the line, Choco, who are you? Where can they find you?
Hello, I'm Chuck Zombie on the lawn. You can find me all over social media as any form of chocolate zombie going on. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays on my channel. You can find me, Draco Magnus and Royal Hoshi doing Baldur's Gate 3. We're almost to the end. And we got closer yesterday, and then the game decided, nope, not today. So tune in for that. Wednesdays when we are back, you can find me here doing CyberStrike Wednesday later tonight, and Wednesday night you can find me and Cryptic over on twitch.tv/ Draco Magnus for Obujima, our newer D&D campaign that we've started, third-party module, and we're actually like almost done. We've got like one major adventure module to do with from the book, and then maybe a couple side quests, and then we're moving on to our next game. So
Awesome.
tune in for that. And then Thursdays you can find me on Draco's channel for party games, and Fridays you could find me on twitch.tv/ Edward Bosco, along with many people in this call for Friday Night Flashbang, our 2K25 wrestling eFed, part of Multiverse Nexus Wrestling, where I play Graven Allen.
Awesome. Cryptic, same question. Who are you? Where can they find you?
Hi, I'm Cryptic Cygen. You can find me at twitch.tv/cryptic_Cygen, where I run World Domination Wrestling. We're going for a bit of a hiatus, unfortunately. I'm going having this Saturday to myself, and then the following Saturday we'll be celebrating my birthday dinner at a Benihana type restaurant.
He's turning old.
I don't want to hear it.
I will break your kneecaps with my cane, young man.
You'll have to catch me first,
Awesome.
old man.
Yeah. Awesome. Iluna, who are you? Where can they find you?
Hello, my name is Zilla13. You can find me on Blue Sky at Zilla13. You can find me there, the same name on YouTube, where as most of my stuff is being posted nowadays, including just I think 2 days ago, or no, just yesterday, I posted another video with my dog because I love showing how cute my puppy is. Yes. But yes, this was amazing. Guys, I say that every single time, but God, I do love playing this character. I do love this campaign.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's there. Scott, who are you? Where can they find you?
Hey, I'm the internet's Mr. Hardluck, twitch.tv/Mr. Hardluck. I am going to get back into streaming soon, trademark. In the meantime, as Twitch mentioned, I am a professional wrestler. You can catch my exploits on Edward Bosco's Twitch channel on Friday nights because I'm apparently on Flashbang on a pretty regular basis. Also, you can catch my exploits in this universe, facebook.com and youtube.com/Scott.E.Stevens. Also check me out in my home promotion, youtube.com/the RCW network. Go watch some of my old and new matches. They're terrible.
All those links are going to pop up like that. I believe that is not your most recent. Well, no, I think that is your most recent match, but yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Rosto, who are you? Where can they find you?
You can find me at Rosso Ryu on YouTube and Blue Sky. That is ROSOHRYU. On Mondays, you can find me on twitch.tv/Dr_Caliban as R. Sawyer, the Undisputed Future. You can find me here whenever CyberStrike happens, whenever CyberStrike does happen when it comes back from hiatus. You can find me as Debug on Cryptic's WDW show. The artwork that you saw on the bottom of the screens for the characters and also the battle icons as well, that artwork has been done by me. And yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Tom, who are you and where can they find you?
I'm Tom. You'll find me here next CyberStrike thing.
And of course, as I always say, Tom did all the lovely artwork you can see in the slideshow going across here. Check out their artwork you can on their socials. It's just I know Tom, you'll be able to find them no problem. And of course, I am Twitch the Person. I am the host of the Power Rangers CyberStrike campaign that has been running for 2 and a bit years now. Thank you very much to all my players for joining me on this ride. Thank you to everyone that is watching. You can catch the entire playlist, which will be uploaded in its entirety on my YouTube channel. You can find my YouTube in the link below, or if you type !YouTube. Right there. Thank you to Day Wills there, 18, for following for 4 minutes ago. Thank you very much. Special shout out. Yeah, just until next time, take it easy, stay safe, be kind, and may the power protect, always. And until next time,
Hail Pigeon.
We will see you all the next time we're here.
Hail Pigeon!
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, guys, go give my friend Blanky some love. They are currently doing Final Fantasy 14 progress. If the raid... Oh, raid seems to be broken. Classic Twitch. Try that again.
The
Which
platform.
one?
The platform, yes, not me. Thank you very much. See you later, guys.
Bye.